Call to order. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance as we do. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The attendance sheet, I think, is going around.
Yes, I have it. And Beth is here, so I'll just give it to
Okay.
her.
Hey, Beth.
Not for that text.
No worries. We called to order and we did the Pledge of Allegiance. You just came in time for the attendance, which is going around. And we will start with the regular business, with the president's report, which I don't have a report. We'll just get right to it.
Okay,
Tom.
my turn. I want to thank you all, first of all, for taking time out of your schedule to meet tonight. I appreciate it, and frankly, I have to apologize because I really should have gotten on this topic sooner, but it kind of got past me. And the topic is changing our banking affiliation, because the bank that we have been banking with since before I arrived here, HSBC, has decided to discontinue its corporate banking customers. And we received notice that we were likely going to be notified in advance that they would discontinue. And prior to that, following that, the finance committee, as headed by Corey Galloway, worked with myself and Gene Manning to talk about various banks. And the bank that we ultimately sort of settled on was a bank called M&T, which is a big bank, and a bank that has been growing in recent years, most recently just merged with People's Bank. And we had also spoken to People's Bank as well. So the committee met with M&T, met with People's. We liked this bank, and we knew that they were merging. And so we decided that we would move forward at some point in the future to affiliate with this bank. I was given that assignment, I'll be honest with you, it just kind of got past me, and I really apologize. It's been just really busy with a lot of things going on. But having said that, unbeknownst to us, the HSBC formally notified the treasurer that our banking relationship would be severed. And that was going to be on December 12th. Now, the letter that they sent to the treasurer was in October. However, we didn't hear about it for a number of weeks and just was notified last week. And so that put us in a
The
position.
week before last.
Right. That's right. And so that put us in a position where we needed to move forward. And so knowing that the sense of the committee, and both Gene and myself, was M&T was an eminently appropriate bank to affiliate with. And just to give you a sense of the background, not only are they an impressive bank, but they're also a bank that has strong local connections. They bank with the school district, they bank with the city of New Rochelle, and they also bank with nearly 20 libraries. So it's a bank that we felt very comfortable with. When I went to the treasurer, our treasurer, Laura Del Principio, she said, we would like to, I told her, I said, I understand we have to make this affiliation. I said, we'd like to move forward with this change, and we will have a board meeting in December and ratify that. And she said, no, I want the library to have board approval. So we did. So I went to her boss and I went to our attorney, and they said, it's not absolutely necessary, but it's not a bad thing. And I said, fine. So we started the process of calling for this meeting today, which we gave a week's notice, which was legally appropriate. I had asked for the exact appropriate language, the resolution language, had not received it. I had to again make a phone call to Laura's boss, and then Laura finally sent it later this afternoon, which was making me more than a little anxious. But we do have it. And as you can see in the summary of the M&T Bank, we're very excited about the fact that they have a local branch that we can work with, which HSBC was about to close anyway. They have banking relationships with the city and the school district, many libraries. They have a superior platform in regards to fraud protection, which HSBC did not have. And the services they did have, we had to pay for them, which were very frustrating given our the amount of money we deposited with them. They have a team of people who are connected to this area. Matter of fact, the lead governmental agent is someone who was born here, was raised in Mamaroneck, still lives around here, is very anxious to continue his relationship with New Rochelle government. And so I think that's a real asset. There are going to be no fees for services based on our deposits. We are going to improve our credit card. We'll have a higher credit line, and we'll have a longer period of time to repay, even though we always repay. Sometimes it gets bogged down with getting the checks from the Board of Education. So that's really it. And what I would say is that I think within a 6 or 9 or 12-month time period, I think we absolutely should review our status and see where we stand. And if we think it's working, maybe we continue. And if we feel that we need to reopen it, then we can certainly do that too as well. So that's the story, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so I can go ahead and read the resolution. Oh, did you?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is something that we had worked on last year. It came to the conclusion of the M&T Bank and the People's Bank. We were kind of waiting for that merger to happen, and it has happened. So now that's not a question mark anymore. So what I'm going to do is read this resolution just for the public record.
And if I could just add one thing.
Sure.
This resolution was at last furnished by our treasurer, but I also was our attorney, and gave it to him, and he made some minor changes, but he did examine that the resolution he wants us to use.
Great. So this is ratifying the establishment of the bank accounts for the New Rochelle Public Library for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. Resolved, the Board of Trustees of the New Rochelle Public Library hereby amends its proceedings and ratifies that the following financial institutions to become the designated official depositories for all funds belonging to the New Rochelle Public Library for the 2023-2024 fiscal year: HSBC Bank and M&T Bank. Okay. And be it further resolved, for the purposes of investing district funds, any commercial bank in New York State may be used for certificates of deposit and or high yield money market accounts within the parameters of the New York State General Municipal Law so as to maximize interest earnings. And be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Any questions about this language?
I just want clarity. So it mentions HSBC, but it's really mentioning it with regard to the transition from HSBC to M&T. That's what I heard,
It's
right?
not, yeah.
It just didn't
that's-
sound like I heard that, but that's,
It says, okay, I'll read it again. Resolved
you.
that the Board of Trustees of the New Rochelle Public Library hereby amends its proceedings and ratifies that the following financial institutions, yeah, it's worded
See.
strangely, yeah, become the designated official depositories for all funds. Now,
This is his email.
right. Well, that's what this says,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think, yeah,
Well, hey,
it's to become, so here's a question.
let's not give
Did
them
we,
that much
did
credit.
we ever do a resolution that HSBC Bank would be our bank?
It was before my time. I believe we did not. I think the treasurer at the time did not require that.
Okay, so let's
Okay, so,
assume that we're like doing kind of retroactive.
right, and it's a
approval
holistic,
Of HS,
And-
That's right. Yes. yeah, so it's, both of these banks have,
okay,
right, have are
Right.
the banks that we're using,
Right.
and that's kind of all-
Until the transition.
until the
happens.
transition, and these are both like approved banks, and so,
It-
right?
So I do have questions.
Yeah.
So the next thing, because it says 2023-24, that means that we should have a resolution again in 2024 to make it official that it's M&T, correct? Only M&T, because right now that says two banks, so we need
Right.
to come back to this again
Yeah.
to ensure that we're
Can you-
ratifying one bank.
Did you, yeah, I think that's a really important
Right.
point to make.
And you know, what's interesting is that this is a fairly new practice from the school district in which on an annual basis, there is a resolution that's passed at the beginning of the year in July.
Fiscal year.
Right, the
Yeah.
fiscal year that the library has resolved to continue with this banking affiliation or another.
Okay, so let's say that we're gonna make a motion to approve this, but I want to make the following caveats based on comments. That sometime in, May, so that's about 6 months from now, like you say, we should look at the banking experience to date and then put it in our agenda for the June meeting that we will again make a resolution, and then we can pass that resolution back to the school
The school
district folks. And then we will have done it, and then we should probably do it annually. It's never a bad idea to
Mhm.
kind of, reassess banking relationships anyway. So we'll mention it like in May, give ourselves, ask questions, or maybe even April, start to spend the month between April and May, report out how the banking is going. And then in June, we'll make another resolution. Does that sound right?
Mhm.
Okay, and it's also kind of coincides with our budget cycle as well.
Can I ask a question on just related to that? Do you know how long I can give to the bank for the city of the school district? Is it before the merger?
Before the merger.
Or the amount of time that they accepted them to put it out?
They were the ones who recommended it, and we were already
Well, actually,
oh,
the treasurer would not.
make a recommendation, but
Mhm.
that's
was-
fine,
Right.
But
she would
they-
not-
which is fair, but they also, we know that that's who they use.
Right.
So,
if
and
they
they,
continue. to
yeah.
use them.
okay. Good. Great. Any other questions, thoughts, comments? Nope. Okay, then I would like to make a motion to approve the resolution that I just read. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? No, then the resolution passes and you can proceed with, assuming the school board district folks are cool with it.
Thank you.
Here, actually, this one is mine. I'm gonna hang on to it.
Yep.
I think you have one right there. Okay, good. Then do we have any other public discussion? That was a decoy public discussion person?
Something else that's happening.
I know.
The yoga.
The yoga maybe. Oh, sorry. I know, we could just break into yoga. Good. Well, we promised a short meeting and we have delivered, so we can get back to our regularly scheduled Monday evenings. And with that, I will make a motion to adjourn. Can I get-
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? No? Then, meeting is adjourned.